The Young and the Restless spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks have a lot in store for us, with some villains returning and some business feuds along with romantic moments. Hello guys, how's it going? Today we'll first be looking at spoilers for 2 weeks starting from February 12th to February 23rd, so let's get started. Ashley is slowly losing her mind, and if this keeps on going on, I see her at a mental facility soon. But I guess as long as she recovers and is able to move on from this mess, it's alright. Since Audra is trying her best to lure Tucker into her schemes, what if he instead gets closer to Ashley again, due to her mental state? It would surely derail her plans, but she also has some steamy sesh going on with Nate, so maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Meanwhile, Victor vows to protect his wife no matter what it takes, and he does just that. Jordan will find a way to trap, lure, or kidnap Nikki, so the faith Victor had in his security will go out all at once. He then asks Jack where Nikki is, but he may probably not have an answer too. While the battle with Jordan gears up, Adam is busy saving the love of his life from falling. Chloe and Sally are in need of some help now that their interior design business is going downhill, and it seems Adam will be right there to help. That being said, Summer and Chance will share some lovely moments together, until they meet with Phyllis and Nick. It's not like that's a bad deal, but knowing how all up Phyllis is when it comes to her kids, it's for the best if they don't join the table. Nick knows that, so he'll try to give Chance and Summer the space they need for the night. Meanwhile, Billy thinks that there needs to be more Abbott action going around Chancellor Winters, so he proposes the Abbott name be added to the company, which Devon will probably tell no to. So a feud is inevitable. And also Chelsea will seek Billy's help in going through all these emotions now that Connor's getting worse and she has no idea what to do. I'm getting tired of the cast saying that they have no idea what to do next because it's so absurd. It's clear that Connor and Nikki both need actual professional help, but I guess nothing happens until it's too late. Now, time for some good news, guys. Exciting tidbits from the realm of the Young and the Restless have flooded into our gossip-hungry ears, promising a whirlwind of new faces and adventures. Let's dive headfirst into the bubbling cauldron of drama, shall we? First up on our radar is the delightful action of Coco Nation to the YNR lineup. Brace yourselves, for Coco is poised to strut her stuff as the enigmatic Nadia during the week of February 12th to 16th. As we all know, Claire has had some trips to the pediatric floor and finds solace in witnessing the resilience of families amidst trying times. Perhaps Nadia strikes up a conversation after she witnesses how longingly Claire looks at the families. You know, one of those smart kids who tell you things you don't want to hear? Or maybe she's a child fighting her own demons and gives Claire hope for life. That even after everything she's been through, how happy and optimistic the kid is. I can see them forming a close bond, and I probably can see a tragic ending that tugs at our heartstrings too, but let's not talk about that right now. But the drama doesn't end here. Jordan is a looming threat to Claire, Nikki, and the entire Newman clan. With Jordan's impending return to Genoa City, we don't know how big of a trouble she'll be making this time around. Jordan may hate Claire as much as she hates Nikki right now, so the two of them really need to keep their eyes open. Too bad Nikki can barely keep herself from standing straight. Meanwhile, and are you really ready for this? Okay, Trevor St. John, aka YNR's own Tucker McCall, unveils his latest masterpiece, A Good Enough Day. Set to grace screens on Amazon TVOD, Apple TV, and Tubi from February 13th onwards. But first, let's not forget to raise a glass to Eric Braeden, who recently celebrated a staggering 44 years on YNR. We're so thankful for his enduring presence in the world of daytime drama. Lastly, Trevor's movie follows the journey of Tyler, a terminally ill man striving to mend past wounds before the final curtain falls. Kudos to St. John for not only gracing the screen but also flexing his creative muscles as co-writer and director. I can't wait to watch this masterpiece. Okay, so now that we're done with it, let's figure out what Jordan has planned for Nikki. I can already guess it's nothing good. Jordan's not giving up without a proper fight, and it isn't news to us. From the moment we saw her, we knew she was going to be a pain, sort of like the ghost from the movie Shudder. The thing is, Jordan is sure that she's going to win. She may get caught, but she won't get taken down until she takes down the people she hates, especially Nikki. That being said, after her escape, it looks like digging a tunnel straight to Nikki's house, and this time, she doesn't even have to put on a lot of effort to get to Nikki. She initially wanted revenge on Nikki and the Newman family because she thought they took away her sister, but this time, it's more personal. They sent her to prison and turned Claire against her. So it may be even more gruesome than it was before. Now Nikki's already losing her mind. She's never sober enough to actually feel the danger lurking beneath her, and before she or Victor notices, she may be swept away by the mistress of the evil already. Remember when Victor found Nikki out cold at the empty glass? Well, it would have been a big scandal, but Victor took care of it. As always, the Newman family could pay off their way out of a scandal or got lucky. But what if Jordan's already made some plans? She might have tipped off the press already about the scandal, and before you know it, Nikki's drunken escapade might be all around the news. Leanna Love would certainly never let go of an opportunity like this. All Jordan wants is for Nikki and her family to be miserable, and while killing Nikki would do that, it wouldn't be as much fun as tutoring them. Or else she would have killed Nikki back at the lake house. Why would she waste her time giving her vodka through IV? That being said, alcohol might once again come into play for Jordan and Nikki. Since Nikki's already off the wagon, she won't even fight to get out. I mean, why would anyone want to escape from paradise, right? Well, everything comes boiling down to just one thing, and that's Jordan's hatred for Nikki, and I think that woman is pissed enough to feed the blondie to a hippo right now, just like how the fans would like to throw this Phyllis, Christine, and Danny's love triangle storyline on the Mariana Trench. The tangled web of these three has left fans less than thrilled, and I don't blame them. I blame the writers. It boils me from within, especially how Danny had the audacity to play the victim card and blame it all on the women. But hey, at least we think we got rid of this absurd piece of storyline, right? This just isn't it. I would rather see Phyllis fighting for Nick with Sharon than for Danny with Christine. I mean, why is she so obsessed with him? Nick clearly has more riz and chemistry than Danny. All I'm saying is that if Phyllis insists on duking it out with a romantic rival, perhaps it's time to steer her back into the orbit of Nick. Watching Phyllis chase after Danny is akin to witnessing a sad clown in a parade, whereas her history with Nick is like a vintage bottle of fine wine. It just gets better as time passes by. Now could be the perfect moment to resurrect the epic showdown between Sharon and Phyllis over Nick, especially considering they all seem to be twiddling their thumbs for lack of something better to do. The writers are trying, but they clearly have no idea what to do with some characters, including Sharon. After Ray's passing, Sharon's life has become dull and gray, and we don't like that. Sure, Sharon got herself a shiny new company to run, but what's the point if all she does is occasionally pop up for a video conference? Thankfully, this coming week, Phyllis and Nick will finally have a moment to reconnect. And it seems like there's going to be more of where that came from. 1 or 2 catch-ups are okay, but if this becomes a thing, Sharon would really get pissed off. She had a pretty entertaining feud with Phyllis back then, and I sure think it's coming back. We all know Phyllis has a knack for developing an interest in a man the moment someone else sets their sights on him. She might have attachment issues, and should probably get some therapy, but it's exactly what we need. With Sharon daydreaming about Nick and contemplating their romantic future, Phyllis might just throw a wrench into any chance of a reconciliation. Love triangles are something fans are starting to dislike, but it is also a very important aspect of a soap opera. But if done right, it kind of never gets bad. In fact, it gets even more intriguing. I would watch Phyllis versus Sharon any day instead of this Danny drama. What about you? I would watch Phyllis versus Sharon any day instead of this Danny drama. What about you? So let us know in the comments. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks a lot for your time.